The fall of the Roman Empire left a void. Chaos and uncertainty reigned. The once mighty empire, known for its order and structure, crumbled, leaving behind a world in disarray. People were lost, searching for meaning and stability in a time where both seemed elusive. It was a time of great upheaval. Societies were in flux, and the old ways were being questioned. The social fabric was torn, and communities struggled to find their footing amidst the chaos. Into this world stepped Benedict of Nursia, a man of profound faith and vision. He sought to bring order to the disorderly, to offer a sense of purpose where there was none. Born in 480 AD, he would become a beacon of hope. His early life was marked by a quest for spiritual depth, leading him to retreat from the chaos of the world to seek solace in contemplation and prayer. Benedict offered a path to spiritual growth amidst the ruins. He believed that even in the darkest times, one could find light through faith and discipline. He is known as the father of Western monasticism. His vision was not just for individual salvation, but for a community bound by shared values and a common purpose. Benedict's life and teachings continue to inspire. His rule, a guide for monastic life, emphasized balance, prayer, and work, offering a structured way of living that brought stability to many. He offered a radical vision of community. In a world fragmented by strife, he showed that unity and cooperation were possible through shared faith and mutual support. He showed how to live a life devoted to God. His teachings encouraged a life of simplicity, humility, and service, values that resonated deeply with those seeking meaning. His wisdom transcends time and place. The principles he laid down have endured, guiding countless souls through the centuries. Benedict's message is as relevant today as it was centuries ago. In our modern world, filled with its own forms of chaos and uncertainty, his teachings offer a timeless guide to finding peace and purpose. Benedict was born into a noble family in Nursia, Italy. His family was well respected and held a significant position in society. He grew up surrounded by privilege, enjoying the luxuries that came with his noble birth. His early years were filled with comfort and ease. However, the world around him was crumbling. The once mighty Roman Empire was in a state of decline. The Roman Empire, once a symbol of power and stability, was collapsing under the weight of its own excesses and internal strife. Benedict witnessed firsthand the decline of Roman values. He saw the erosion of the principles that had once held the empire together. He saw the rise of greed and corruption, as leaders and citizens alike became more focused on personal gain than the common good. Disillusioned by the decadence of Roman society, Benedict sought a different path. He could no longer ignore the moral decay that surrounded him. He yearned for a life of meaning and purpose, one that transcended the material wealth and social status he had known. He felt called to dedicate himself to something greater, something that would provide true fulfillment and align with his inner convictions. Benedict's journey led him to embrace a life of simplicity and prayer. He turned away from the distractions of the world to focus on spiritual growth. He chose to follow Christ's teachings radically, committing himself to a life of service, humility, and devotion. This decision would change the course of history, as Benedict's actions and teachings would inspire countless others to seek a higher purpose and live lives of greater meaning. At a young age, Benedict left his life of comfort behind. He went to study in Rome but was repelled by the immorality he found there. He fled the city. Benedict sought refuge in the solitude of the wilderness. He lived as a hermit in Subiaco, Italy. There, he lived in a cave for 3 years. Benedict embraced a life of extreme simplicity and prayer. He faced temptations and spiritual struggles. His faith was tested. Through it all, Benedict's commitment to God deepened. His reputation for holiness grew. People sought his guidance. Benedict's solitude was not to last. His reputation as a spiritual guide spread. Others were drawn to his wisdom. They came seeking spiritual direction. Benedict established 12 small monasteries. He eventually founded the great monastery of Monte Cassino. This became the heart of the Benedictine order. At Monte Cassino, Benedict wrote his famous rule: This rule became the guiding document for Western monasticism. It outlined a balanced way of life. Prayer, work, and study were central. Benedict's rule emphasized community. It stressed the importance of obedience and humility. The rule of Benedict is not a rigid set of laws. It is a guide to spiritual growth, based on the gospel values. It provides a framework for living in community, emphasizing balance and calling for moderation in all things. The rule is adaptable and has been embraced by communities around the world. It speaks to the human longing for meaning and purpose. Benedict's rule remains a source of wisdom, offering guidance for living a balanced and fulfilling life. 3 pillars define Benedictine life: prayer, work, and community. Prayer is the foundation. Through prayer, Benedictines connect with God. Work is seen as a form of prayer, through which they serve God and others. Community is essential, as Benedictines support each other on their spiritual journeys. These 3 elements are interwoven, creating a tapestry of Benedictine life. Prayer nourishes the soul, work provides purpose and sustenance, and community offers love and support. Together, these pillars provide a path to holiness. Hospitality is a hallmark of Benedictine life. Guests are welcomed as Christ himself, treated with respect and kindness. Humility is another key virtue. Benedictines strive to put others before themselves and recognize that all are equal in the eyes of God. Hospitality and humility are not just abstract ideals, they are lived out daily in Benedictine communities. These virtues are at the heart of Benedictine spirituality, reflecting the love and compassion of Christ. Obedience and stability are essential to Benedictine life. Obedience is not about blind submission. Rather, it's about listening attentively to God's will. Stability means committing to a community for life. This commitment provides a strong foundation for spiritual growth. Obedience and stability may seem restrictive, but in fact they can lead to true freedom. By surrendering to God's will, Benedictines find liberation. By committing to a community, they discover a deeper sense of belonging. Benedict's influence extends far beyond the walls of monasteries. His teachings have shaped Western civilization. His rule has inspired countless individuals. His emphasis on education led to the establishment of monastic schools. These schools preserved knowledge during the Dark Ages. Benedictine monasteries became centers of learning and culture. They played a vital role in the transmission of knowledge. They kept the flame of learning alive during a time of great upheaval. Benedict's legacy is immense. His teachings continue to inspire and challenge us today. Benedict's rule spread rapidly throughout Europe. It reached the northernmost corners of the continent. In colder climates, monasteries faced unique challenges. They adapted to their surroundings. They developed innovative agricultural techniques. They played a vital role in the development of local communities. Benedictine monasticism brought order and stability to the north. It provided a spiritual haven in a harsh world. Monasteries served as centers of education, healthcare, and hospitality. They left an indelible mark on the cultural landscape. Benedictine values remain relevant in the 21st century. In a world often characterized by chaos and uncertainty, Benedictine spirituality offers a path to peace. The emphasis on community, hospitality, and simplicity speaks to a deep human longing. Benedict's teachings offer guidance for living a balanced and meaningful life. They remind us of the importance of prayer, work, and community. They challenge us to live with intention and purpose. Benedictine spirituality invites us to embrace a life of simplicity, humility, and service. Benedict of Nursia was a man of his time, deeply rooted in the traditions and challenges of the 6th century. He was also a man ahead of his time, whose insights and teachings have transcended the ages. His wisdom transcends time and place, offering guidance that remains relevant in our modern world. His teachings offer a pathway to spiritual growth and fulfillment, emphasizing the importance of balance in life. His legacy continues to inspire and challenge us today, urging us to seek a deeper connection with our spiritual selves. Benedict's message is simple yet profound, focusing on the core values that can lead to a meaningful life. It is a message of hope, love, and service, encouraging us to look beyond ourselves and serve others. It is a message that is as relevant today as it was centuries ago, reminding us of the timeless nature of true wisdom. May we all strive to live by his example, embracing the virtues that he so passionately advocated. May we embrace the Benedictine values of prayer, work, community, hospitality, and humility, integrating them into our daily lives to create a more compassionate and harmonious world.